On July 3rd, 2021, I did some Morel spore into the grain spawn. It seemed like nearly half of the grain spore I put in got contaminated, 5 of them. The Morel spore number 3, which is I label this one. So I label Morel spore number 3. You can see all the dark spore, brown, like grayish color in there. I get infected. The more spore appear to be pretty healthy. So I probably gonna try to do one more, but clearly this 3 been contaminated. I am not sure what sample this one came from. It probably came from the same as this sample here. It's sample number 5. I use all of them. I kind of suspect it's been contaminated anyway. And I'm surprised that I put a lot into it. So 4 sample from number 5 all got contaminated. Well, 3 at least, but I suspect this one is also number 4. So at least we know number 3. I still have some of the spore here and it's been contaminated. I'll try to do a small sample of it just to see if that is the case. The sample here, Morel, this is the sample that I put the brown paper in. The same Morel that I got from my garden. I put it in here. Seems like there's no sign of contamination yet. Not only that, it seemed to be pretty healthy. The spore itself kind of slowly spreading. And again, this is from picked from my garden. Then this spore here, basically see that white paper right there? That is, the spore was left on the white paper and I just tore part of the paper and put it in there. So basically it's, I collect the spore and then from there, I take part of the white paper there and put it in the container to get the spore. Hopefully it's good. This one, the same thing. It was I put some brown paper in this box, in this sample here, and I took the paper itself and put it in here. I'm not sure, maybe because of the paper, it kind of have a different color to it. I'm kind of concerned it might be contaminated, but then you see this brown here, it's kind of similar, but then it's kind of a little bit different. This is kind of grayish. This is more kind of greenish a little bit, maybe because of the paper towels there. Also, Morel number 1, right here. This one here. I thought it might be contaminated. I'm not really sure at this time. It seemed like it formed some kind of spore there. But it seemed to be a little bit dry. Maybe the grain itself is a little bit dry. So I'll give it some time. Seems like it does, forming some kind of spore. I think this one is 7-3. Oh, I think this one was the one from Yellow Morel that I ordered from. And then this one is sample number 4. I'm not sure where that sample is. Not sure which one that is. I guess when I was doing it, I'd had my boyfriend help me to label it. And I asked him to label one number 4. Seemed like now I cannot find the sample number 4. Maybe somewhere. I'll try to find it. It's interesting. It doesn't seem like it's forming anything. The grain is pretty loose, so maybe it's not really forming anything. This one, again, the brown paper tissue that I put it in here, and I just took the brown paper and put it in here. This one, I tore the paper that got the spore in it. I put the paper inside. It seemed to be good, actually, pretty quick, maybe because of there's a lot of spore on that paper. But compared to these two, it's completely, it looked very different. So I'm gonna keep my hope up. I'm gonna try to say this one is still good. So who knows at this point. This one seemed to be growing good. Now, I put the spore on July 3rd, 2020. Again, this one, it was directly, I just take the paper out, put the paper that got the spore in it and put it in there. Seemed to be good. Hopefully, I'm crossing my finger. This one is also growing. This one was taken with the same brown paper as this one. So you kind of see it's similar. Maybe the brown paper kind of turned color to it. Look kind of reddish there. I do get a little concerned on this one. Maybe it's also been contaminated. But then again, it's also look pretty different from the two. This one, clearly it's contaminated. This one, it's too early to say yay or nay at this time, because in the past, my Morel spore had turned contaminated later on as well. So we'll see. It really tells you how you need to really make sure all your equipment and need to sterilize environment. So, oh, this is just not good. I just want to make sure, this is like compare the two of it, the infected and the not infected. Clearly, my 5 one infected. These are 2 jars that I put the brown paper in. Brown napkin, and that the brown napkin contains spore. At this point, it's too early for me to say they are contaminated, but at the same time, I don't really have strong hope either. So we'll see with that. This is pretty interesting. These 2 jars from the same spore, number 4, but like I say again, probably my assistant didn't write the number 4 on the other one, just on this one, so I don't really know which one it came from. I want to say it came from this one, but I cannot be too sure about that. It's not forming anything. There's no, don't see any kind of Morel spore in there or mushroom spore in there. Doesn't seem like it. And I don't know. Maybe I'll put something else in there just to see if it helps. But the rest seem to be okay at this time. Again, the ones that I put the paper in, the white paper in, seem to be doing good. At least at this time anyway.